Now let's look at solving rational equations. When you solve rational equations, the first step is factor everything. So when I factor this, I get x divided by x minus 3 plus x divided by x plus 3 is equal to 2 divided by x minus 3, x plus 3. As soon as you get everything fully factored, you want to look for your least common denominator. The least common denominator is going to be x minus 3 times x plus 3. From your least common denominator, you are going to want to list your restrictions. X cannot equal 3 and it cannot equal negative 3. The next thing you're going to do is multiply each of these terms so that you get the least common denominator, and then you can cancel it out. Or, and I recommend this one, just multiply the entire thing through by the least common denominator. This should get rid of all of your fractions. All right, so watch what happens when I distribute this. It's going to be x times x minus 3, x plus 3, divided by x minus 3. To this one, it becomes plus x times x minus 3, x plus 3, all over x plus 3, and leave your parentheses in there. And this is 2 times x minus 3 times x plus 3, divided by x minus 3 times x plus 3. All right, now let's see what simplifies. I can get rid of the x minus 3, x plus 3, and both of these. Let's multiply out what we have left. I have x plus 3, plus x times x minus 3, and this has to equal 2. So now it's just a regular old problem. X squared plus 3x plus x squared minus 3x is 2. The 3x's go away, so I get 2x squared is 2. Running out of room here. Come up here. So x squared is 1, so x is plus or minus 1. It's not one of my restricted numbers, so I'm good. If I had room, I would check. Let's try a problem like this. The first thing I want to do is fully factor my denominator. So this is x minus 1 divided by x plus 2 times x plus 1 plus 2x divided by x plus 2, and don't forget those parentheses. And this is equal to x minus 1, x plus 1. Now from here, I can see my least common denominator is x plus 2 times x plus 1. So I know that x cannot equal negative 2 or negative 1. So now I'm going to multiply this whole thing through by x plus 2 times x plus 1. So when I distribute this, I've got x minus 1 times x plus 2, x plus 1 over x plus 2 times x plus 1 plus 2x times x plus 2, x plus 1 divided by x plus 2. And this is equal to x minus 1 times x plus 2 times x plus 1 divided by x plus 1. All right, so now let's see what kind of simplifying we can do. We should be able to get rid of our denominators at this point in time. So this first term, I'm left with x minus 1. The second term, I'm left with, what am I left with here? 2x times x plus 1. So I'm going to go and multiply that out. So this is 2x squared plus 2x. I want to make sure that I know that that's a 1, not a plus sign. Now, this is going to equal x squared minus x plus 2x minus 2. So let's see what I've got here. I have 2x squared plus 3x minus 1 on this side is equal to x squared plus x minus 2 on this side. So I'm going to subtract x squared minus x and add 2 to both sides. And when I do that, I get x squared plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. All right. So this factors into x plus 1 quantity squared. And where is this 0? Well, unfortunately, it's 0 when x is equal to negative 1. So this rational expression does not have a solution because x cannot equal negative 1. It's not part of our domain.